Hi, today I'm going to be flying on Lufthansa First Class on board the classic Airbus A340-600 to find out if it still holds up against its competitors after 2 decades. So please sit back, relax, and let me bring you into my most memorable flight of 2025. Our journey started at Shanghai Pudong International Airport. We checked in smoothly, and within a short wait, a dedicated staff member came and assisted me and Mom. The gentleman escorted us through baggage screening, security, immigration, and finally to the Air China First Class Lounge, which Lufthansa uses. 不好意思，如果我们可以就是比较早一点上飞机，那我就比较不用打扰别人去拍视频，可以吗？可以安排。到时候那我早一点过来找你。好，谢谢。在里面休息。好，谢谢。时间大概我10点钟左右的时候就在这里等着你，然后到时候我提前带您过去，好吧？好，谢谢。没事。As this isn't an Air China review, I'll go straight to the point. As expected, the lounge felt more like a business class lounge. I appreciate the truly private toilet cubicles and the sleeping rooms, but the lounge lacked ambience. It would be nice to add a bit of soft and relaxing music. The food selection was, let's say, good for a priority pass lounge. Overall, I don't expect Air China to present a world-class first lounge, but I would prefer a better outstation lounge to fit the highly regarded Lufthansa experience. Back to the Lufthansa experience, I honestly loved the boarding pass cover. Not only is it well designed and useful, it also acts as a wonderful souvenir for travelers. About 45 minutes before departure, the escort didn't show up on time. We asked the lounge staff for updates, and we were told the flight was delayed. Not wanting to miss a chance to see the amazing aircraft, we decided to head to the gate ourselves. This right here is Delta Alpha Lima Hotel X-Ray, an Airbus A340-600 which will take me to Europe for the first time in forever. The gate agent somehow identified us and confirmed about the delay. Yo. 谢谢，再见。Hello Morgan，
您可以帮你吗？谢谢。2K 进去有1个交个板右边。好，欢迎。
Flew common to the first class cabin with 8 seats in a 1-2-1 configuration. What a way to start a flight with a glass of bubbles and nuts. Moments later, the wonderful crew came over, took our lunch orders, and served the lovely amuse-bouche on the ground as the flight was still in line for departure.
Thank you. You're welcome. May I offer you some salmon and crab meat salad?
Alright, sure.
How about some more champagne with it?
During the delay, the crew proactively refilled everyone's glass with white or rosé champagne. The scented hot towel arrived as well.
On behalf of all colleagues, we are happy to have you here to take you to Frankfurt. We hope very much that you will enjoy our flight, and please make yourself comfortable now. The doors are closed and we are just about leaving our parking position.
As this is my first and probably last time flying the A340-600, this was a very memorable takeoff. Just watch. 2 hours on board, and I am already amazed by the outstanding service the crew provided. It makes me have high expectations for the remainder of the flight. After the seatbelt sign turned off, our tables were formally set up, and of course it's another round of drinks.
I'll have the garlic, please.
Garlic, 2 slices.
Yes, please. Thank you.
There we go, sir.
The lunch experience started with the choice of bread. Then came the appetizer trolley. This is my first time being served caviar, so obviously I'm trying it. I also ordered the Shanghai drunken chicken to pair. You also get a piece of toast. This was definitely a core memory for me. Here's to my first ever taste of caviar. It tasted like salmon roe found at sushi restaurants, only that in place of the funky smell, there was this mouth-watering, buttery, and slightly fishy taste. The garnishes did a great job at pairing the caviar, and even after 4 months, this was still a very memorable moment. The drunken chicken, though, was average, not very flavorful, but I enjoyed it. At this point, I asked the crew if it was possible for me to sit on the ottoman and dine with my mom for the main. The ottoman doesn't have a seatbelt, so I had to return to my seat when flying through turbulence. Kudos to the crew for that. Here's the main, the tenderloin beef steak, sadly cooked to well done. Though I can say it wasn't as lean as EVA's one on my previous flight. The veggies tasted firm but lovely, and despite not liking onions, I found these onions aromatic, soft, and caramelized. The friendly crew served us some wines to taste as we don't get a chance to drink them often. I apologized, but I forgot which wine was better, but that is because both of them were so good. The feast ended with a few extremely sweet chocolates. Now, let's find out if the seat is still first class in 2025. Starting with space, you get plenty of legroom. The ottoman doubles as a huge storage box, holding the PJs, the amenity kit, the slippers, and the blanket. There's no personal minibar, but the iconic Lufthansa rose and Wi-Fi access code awaits you at the corner of the seat, and the tray table is hidden here. It's highly adjustable when deployed. Right beside that is a cocktail podium and a home for smaller and thinner items below it. Your devices are taken care of with 2 USB-A ports and 2 universal power plugs. Moving over to the side, you will find 2 storage bins as well as a bottle holder. You got 1 reading light behind the seat and another one on the headrest. As for the headrest itself, it is, why am I doing this, thick and large. Comfort-wise, 2 soft and very fluffy pillows are waiting at every seat. For controls, a set of easily usable seat controls and a set of hardly usable seat controls, as well as this button for the divider, could be found on the left armrest. And on the other armrest are another set of buttons, as well as the remote for the entertainment screen. The amenity kit comes in 2 colors, for male and female respectively. Here's what's inside. My favorite was the pouch itself. It makes a good bag for my action cameras. I'm inside one of the 3 lavatories. Forget about waiting as the passenger toilet ratio is really good. It's a clean one and looks nice with the natural light from the window. The padded toilet cover doubles as a seat, and a wide variety of amenities including toothbrush, toothpaste, shaving kit, body cream, mouthwash, makeup remover, and deodorant spray are all packed in this small toilet. This disinfection spray should also exist in economy class. Every aspect of the Lufthansa first class experience has a rose, eh? Now, time to get comfortable in the PJs. The pajamas were soft, smooth, and comfy. After getting comfortable, all that's left is a bed. You have to tell the crew, and they'll get the topper and duvet and make the bed. Yes, there's no fancy single bed separate from the seat, but all that matters is a cozy, spacious, and comfy space, and this seat ticks all the boxes. I am very sleepy. See you after the nap. Ciao! Good morning, or should I say good evening. After waking up, I immediately ordered a Coke to freshen up, and the crew thoughtfully added lemon without me asking. For entertainment, I can't confirm if the 17-inch screen is touch sensitive, but the screen is far enough you would likely rely on the remote. There's an okay amount of films, mostly European as expected. I apologize, but as an Asian, I've never really heard of those movies. The old school map system wasn't interactive, but showed everything I wanted to know on a rotating basis. Lufthansa offers free unlimited Wi-Fi vouchers for first-class passengers. To log in, you just have to input the code to the Flynet portal. The speed is alright, but you should expect some loading. I haven't talked about my sleep yet, and I got to say, the bed was wide and long enough for me. The pillows and duvet were soft, and all in all it was a nice bed, but isn't the most private one in the industry. I relaxed in my seat for a while with a can of ginger ale, and chatted briefly with the crew about the operations behind a flight this long.
Okay.
And when this starts, we are all back together.
Oh, interesting. Thank you for telling me.
Sure, you're welcome.
No trip on the A340-600 is complete without taking a visit to the signature toilets in the cargo hold, back in the main cabin. Under this narrow staircase, you can find the crew rest area, as well as 5 lavatories. They feel more spacious than the standard lavatories on any other aircraft in economy. Back up front, time to order some supper. For light bites, there is a basket filled with treats and snacks ready for you throughout the flight. My table was again set up, with another selection of bread. I started with the goulash soup with whipped cream, a heartwarming Hungarian soup popular amongst Europeans in autumn. The crew recommended Spanish wine to go with the soup. The soup was deeply flavorful and the condiments paired it well. It gave me a hint of bulldog's flavor while looking and merely tasting like Japanese curry. It was one of my favorite dishes on this flight. Next up, I ordered the home-smoked salmon with lemon. The salmon was slightly overcooked for my taste, though many should find it spot on. The polenta was a bit of a random pair. As I still wasn't full, I had the mini burger, which came with the vegetables disassembled. You also get a small snack of chips to munch on, as well as a small jar of ketchup, which passengers could add at their own liking. I'd say this is a familiar staple in premium cabins, though I have tasted better elsewhere even in business class. For dessert, I went for the good old Häagen-Dazs ice cream, which came with a natural tasting raspberry sauce, made for a clean and nice way to end this wonderful feast. The crew cleared my table, put back my seat into the upright position, and it was time to make the descent into Frankfurt. The friendly crew each came and personally bid farewell to each passenger. We were also given Lufthansa branded chocolates, which were generally good. As we land into Frankfurt, let's go back and think. Does Lufthansa's old first class still hold up to its competitors worldwide? While Emirates, Singapore Airlines, and Etihad have been surprising the world with double beds, showers on board, and even a one-bedroom apartment, Lufthansa, even with the new Allegris first class, doesn't seem to be catching up. While the seat itself was comfortable, the aging product lacks privacy and modern refinements. But this was offset by the truly personal service from the crew.
I wish you a wonderful time in Berlin, and thank you for choosing Lufthansa. Our ground staff will be waiting for you with a sign, first class passengers to Berlin. So just make sure you don't miss him, and he will take care of you and take you to the next flight.
And timeless soft offerings, including the classic rose and amazing amenities. The food on board was, however, a mixed bag. While highlights like the caviar and the goulash stood out, other dishes had room to be improved. The champagne, while tasting good, felt closer to business class rather than to true first-class classics like Cru or Dom Perignon. We're touching down. Let me continue on with the conclusion on our next flight. As the crew said earlier, we unfortunately did not have enough time to use the first class terminal due to the 90-minute delay, and here's what happened after we disembarked. A member of the ground crew met us at the end of the aero bridge, led us onto a BMV which took us directly through security and immigration, and onto our next flight. Delta Alpha India Bravo Bravo will be the baby bus taking us to Berlin.
Ladies and gentlemen, we continue with boarding group 1 for the flight to Berlin, departing from gate A1. Yes, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Hello. Thank you.
Today, there are 3 rows in the typical European business class layout with the middle seat empty. Recline button on armrest, Asian low-cost airline level recline, seat pocket, standard bulkhead legroom, and this quite large and funny tray table were standard for the 1-hour European flight. To finish the thought, although the shower and other gimmicks aren't a must-have for me, I do hope to see a thoughtful, functional, and private design on the up-to-date Allegris First Class one day. All in all, while they couldn't hold up to the innovative new cabins on other airlines or provide top-class offerings, they kept a truly memorable, elegant, and consistent experience the German way. I don't regret choosing Lufthansa for this once-in-a-lifetime trip to Europe. This marinated salmon tartare, which didn't really taste to my liking, marks the end of my Lufthansa experience and also marks the end of my 2025 travel videos on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining in. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in 2026. Cheers!
And with that, the 2025 season comes to an end. Good night.
In this soft light, troubles fade away with you. No need for words to say your love, the gentle breeze that carries me through. I give up the world, the moon, the sky. For you, I'd reach so high. Across the ocean, I'd soar with pride. For you, I give up my dreams, my hopes, my view. For you, what more could I ever do? I give up the world, the moon, the sky. For you, I